Day, and I got a friend with me, and I can't wait to introduce him to you. Hope everyone's doing well out there on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. Please make sure you are sharing the show, leaving comments. I try to keep Zooming with Zack super engaging. And yeah, we're going to get right into it because I got a really cool dude I want to introduce y'all to, and I think y'all going to like him. So let's get into it. Zoom in with Zack. Hello and welcome to another episode of Zoom In with Zack. Super excited for y'all to be here. We are live on LinkedIn and Facebook, so make sure you are sharing this link, dropping some comments. Everything you put is appreciated. And draw your attention to this quote, because I asked all my guests to give me a quote, and my man gave me this. He said, "Closed mouths don't get fed." And if I ain't said that 1,000 times in my life, I don't know what I have done. And I was like, we don't know who said it, but like everybody says it. And it's very true. And we're going to get into that a little bit when I introduce you when we talk to this dude. But really excited to share with you my guest today, Mr. Nate Hemingway. My man, Nate.
What up? What up, Zack? Thanks
Nate,
for having
me. Indeed. Now, I told Nate when I first, we chatted a little before this, and I said formerly known as Nate Pup. So that used to be his name. Nate, an awesome colleague of mine from my days at the Nets. I was there probably like 3 years before Nate got there. And one of my good friends who was with us is Nathaniel Gelman. So he was the original Nate. So we called Nate Pup, which I don't think he liked. But
I did not.
He's like, I didn't even want to hear that today, bro. But you said it like 4 times.
Good.
we were affectionately giving that love to Nate because we saw him as a grinder, a hell of a salesman. A dude who was going to stick around. You can tell when you working in sales and you see the new crop come in, and you can kind of quickly point out like they ain't gonna last. This dude ain't gonna last. We knew Nate was gonna last, and he was gonna be doing good things at the Nets. And his career afterwards just blows my mind. I'm so proud of this dude. But really happy to have you here, Nate. And even getting on that topic, please let's give people a little bit of overview about what you are doing now, what you've done since the Nets days.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the intro, Zack. Yes, I did not like Nate Pup. I actually despised it every time I heard it, but I embraced it because that means, to me, when I went to college, when you get a nickname at a place, that means you're embraced, right?
There you go.
Means you're part of the team, part of the squad. So I embraced it, right? Because I was like, all right, this is a temporary thing. This is not gonna live forever. It'll live and die here. So that is what it is.
Yeah.
After I left the Brooklyn Nets, I did a stint working at the New York Jets. I worked there for 1 season. And then after that, I took my talents down to Washington, D.C. I was working at Octagon, and I was doing sales and marketing for the Octagon athletes. And for reference, Octagon is one of the top sports agencies. It represents Steph Curry. They represent Giannis. They represent Simone Biles, Michael Phelps. So I was in that crop of trying to find endorsement deals and sponsorship opportunities for some of those athletes, as well as some of the events that we had. And then after 2.5 years there, I moved back to New York to work where I'm working now, which is Think 450. Which is the for-profit handle of the NBPA. The NBPA is the basketball player, the NBA Players Association, and Think 450 is the for-profit handle of that manages the group name, image, and likeness of the NBA players. And I'm on the brand partnerships team that works with different brands who wants to utilize players in marketing campaigns, in sponsorship activations, events, meet and greets, so on and so forth. So I've been here for 2 years thus far, and it's been overall great experience working with NBA guys and NBA players and helping them grow their business off the court.
So awesome, man. So awesome. And so when you see something dope with an athlete tied to a brand, there's a good chance, an NBA player tied to a brand, there's a good chance that it originated with Nate's crew. And that's so awesome, man. So give me a little bit more about this too, because you sent me this image, and I said I got to put this up because I love it. Nate Hemingway, a 2021 nominee for Creators of Color. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah. So hashtag sports decided that last year they wanted to honor different creators of color amongst amongst sports in general. And there's a lot of different verticals. There's like content creation. There's the one that I'm in, which is in marketing and revenue. Um, and part of the quote that I have is closed mouths don't get fed, right? A lot of the times we see people win these awards and sometimes they're nominated, but like in this case, you got to nominate yourself, right? So I put myself on, I threw my hat in the ring, and wanted to one of these things that I feel like I live behind the veil sometimes of like behind these marketing deals and sponsorship deals, and I don't feel like unless you're amongst my crew of people that I know that I'm doing these things. So I want more recognition for the things that I've been doing, and being a part of some of these bigger deals and operations behind the scenes. So I applied for this honoree, the creators of color, and was able to win it amongst 33 other people. There was over 300 applicants. We was amongst the 10% of that.
Wow.
We were supposed to get honored in Atlanta next month, but they pushed it back due to the rise in the Delta variant, especially in the Atlanta community. But yeah, there's more to come. We're having our first like Zoom um, meeting next week, and it's a cohort where we're just going to learn amongst each other, amongst some of the advisors of this program. So it's exciting times to just like I said, be recognized and honored for my work from an organization that's more national than just my peers.
Right, right.
But also be able to I'm excited to learn amongst some of the different peers and other honorees that have also won the award, that I can build my network horizontally, right? A lot of people try to always continue building vertically and trying to get to that next person, but it's going to be cool to build horizontally amongst the different cohort and group that I've been selected with.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic, and I know you'll be successful in that endeavor as well. And I'm all about it, man. It's shoot your shot. Closed mouths don't get fed. Like it's all roped in the same. And I'm looking that up. I'm gonna shoot my shot and try to apply next year because I definitely want like what they're doing. That creators of or creators of color, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Gotcha. Awesome, man. So it's that time. We are going to check out what number you got for 3 random questions. So you gotta give me a 3-digit number. None of the numbers can be the same. And I'm gonna give you a random question that corresponds with each number. What you got?
Okay. I'm going with 425. So that's my birthday, April 25th.
425. 425. Solid number right there. All right. So let's start with 4. What's one of the biggest hurdles you've overcome or didn't overcome, and what have you learned from it?
Whew. I feel like I've overcome a lot of big hurdles, but one was actually when I was at the Nets, overcoming getting out of a situation where your heart is not 100% into it, and
Mm-hmm.
being able to go take a risk of something that's in the unknown, right? So when I was at the Nets, I was trying to get career growth. I feel like a lot of us, we get into a position, we do well real fast, and then we want to continue growing. And I wasn't getting that growth that I wanted at the Nets. I wasn't getting promoted. I wasn't feel like I wasn't being valued. I was killing it, but I wasn't seeing it on the other side. And when I was trying to leave, I kind of got like blackballed in a way, right? There was,
Right.
you know how it was in the sales role. You applied for the Philadelphia 76ers. They're gonna call the Nets. Yo, that was Nate over there, right? And what came back was he's good. He's a good salesperson, not good for office culture, right? And it was like I had
Mm-hmm.
to overcome that of like, all right, whatever I did to rub any feathers the wrong way on the executive side, I need to address it and I need to like overcome it so that this is not going to be a hindrance in my young career.
Right.
And like a lot of sports people end up not in sports anymore because it's a grind. They can't get the career growth they want, and there's a whole bunch of opportunities outside of sports that you can make way more money in doing things, but it's not as fun, right? Sometimes of working in these environments. So understanding that and being able to like know that it was time to make a pivot. Um, I did that even though I was offered more money to stay and had my relationships in Brooklyn like you had, right? Where it's just like I felt like I was the man in Brooklyn, right?
Right.
Being in there. So that's what led me to the Jets. And then as soon as I got to the Jets 2 weeks in, I realized that it wasn't the environment at the Brooklyn Nets. It was ticket sales, right? I didn't feel like doing ticket sales no more.
Right.
Like, how do I get out of this, right? And it's like a mental jam because you have to do your job perfectly or good, because you have to live up to the expectations that you set for yourself. Um, but I'm also trying to find my purpose and what I really want to do that's going to fulfill me, that I'm going to be motivated to get up and go work. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what led me to go to Octagon and was leading me here. Whereas like, I don't feel like, damn, I got to go into the Nets office. I got to go in and make these 500 calls this week and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I could go in and do some creative stuff. I can like be excited about a pitch for a client that I'm talking to that is new to the game. So it's like overcoming that was tough. It took a lot of like mental fortitude. I got into meditate. That's when I first started meditating around that time. 2016 was that year. 2016, 2017. I started meditating. I started like getting more into prayer, and so on and so forth. But that's like the biggest career challenge that I have, because it's early on. It's like me thinking, do I pivot and leave sports? Do I double
Mm-hmm.
down and try to like stick it out and hopefully it will come to fruition? Um, I took interviews outside, but here I am. I'm happy that I bet on myself and I bet on my talents and not listen to what other people have to say about me.
Right.
Um, and now here I am, and I'm doing some cool stuff, and I'm being rewarded for it.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome, man. Thank you for saying that and sharing that. I'm gonna have to cut that part out and make it a whole social media clip, because there's a lot of young folks in sales and in this industry that need to hear what you just said. Two. Let's go to two. What skill set did you gain or improve during the quarantine, which we're
My
technically still in?
I guess it's not a skill set per se, but I got really into biking during the quarantine. I feel like most people were trying to figure out um, how to exercise, right? And like gyms are closed, parks were closed for the most part in some places. So like a lot of people, they went to go get a bike. Luckily, I had the last bike that was there at the store that I pulled up at. It may be a little too big for me, but I grabbed it. But that's what I got into during the quarantine, was really like diving into that. And I was speaking to my therapist about this yesterday, um, in regards to like one of the things, to me, bike riding can teach you a lot of things about life, right? It's a metaphor about life, because you could have a bike that's big and bulky and be pushing it and moving, and you're going at your highest octane. And then somebody has a bike that is $5,000 and weighs 2 pounds, and they could be 30 years older than you and zips by you, right? Doing half the effort, right? But you have to stay present and stay in your lane and run your own race, right? Because at the end of the day, you're only going to get what you put into. You can't get discouraged that somebody blew past you, or just doing something else, or is able to ride faster, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay present within yourself, and ride your own race and get to your own finish line, right? So that's something that like, that was my time out of the house. I was super paranoid, as most people were last year, of leaving the house. But when I left the house, I was able to ride my bike, put a little podcast on, do a 20-mile bike ride in the morning. It's great. So that is something that I picked up during the pandemic that has been rewarding for me. in itself.
I don't know if all y'all are picking up all these gems that Nate has been dropping, but if not, again, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Make sure you're sharing this episode because there's some good knowledge here. And shout out to you, bro. We gonna have to ride together.
Yeah,
I
man.
just started getting. I got my bike maybe 2 months ago,
Okay.
and I've been on a pretty much a terrible quest to drop about 80 pounds for probably the last 10 to 15 years, and I'm down 20 since having the bike,
That's
and
great.
I'm enjoying it. My max right now has been about 15 miles. I've done a couple 15-mile rides, but it's increasing. I'm constantly doing more, and I'm probably going out 3 to 4 days a week for some amount, and I'm really enjoying it, man. So shout out to the bike world. I know I got some of my bike folks on LinkedIn. Hope y'all
Yeah,
watching and checking out my man Nate. But I'm with you, bro. I'm all about that bike life now.
I hear that.
And last question, and shout out to Mia Hall too. She shouted us out for a quick sec there.
Shout out
Yup,
to me.
she on it. Mia knows you dropping them gems. Uh, last question, and this is a good one. I like this one. If you could only listen to one album or artist while you work, what or who would it be?
One album or artist while I work. That's
Tough
tough.
one.
That's very tough.
Mia,
Um,
if you still watching, give us your answer in the comments too. This can be a multiple person answered question.
uh,
Um, and it's almost impossible to go one. So like, even if this is in your top, whatever, just who would you say or
because
what
like, all
album?
right, when I am working, for the most part, I like listening to R&B, right? Because it's not as aggressive as rap is or whatever. And sometimes
Fair.
I like to be in a relaxed state of mind. So I'm trying to think of like which R&B album would want to listen to. The one that's coming top of mind is The Dream, right? And I'll have to say Love versus Money. I don't know if many people listen to that, but that's mine.
Okay. Okay. And check out Mia here in the comments, not giving us nothing, but then putting me on the spot and giving me the H. Like, you know what I almost did? I almost, when I changed my name, I was going to put Zach with a K for all the people that love giving me that H. And Mia going to H me in the comments. Dang, Mia. Um, but I will give you my, and here's the thing. I'm going to do my cop out like you did and go a genre. I have a playlist and I call it my Way Back Waves.
Way
And
back
it's
way.
only songs that came out before September of 1983 when I was born. So every song on this playlist is older than me. And when I
That's
tell you
great.
this playlist slaps, my guy, like, bruh, the
You need
70s
to
and
share
80s is
that.
hard on there. And that's like if I'm doing physical work, if I'm out cutting grass or working. Usually it's not my workout mix, like lifting weights,
Yeah,
but like every other kind of work, typing, doing some housework, whatever, Way Back Waves. That's what I'm playing.
that's
Um,
dope.
and I would say if I had to go artist album now, I'm gonna go for artists. I'm gonna go out there Fonte because I get two genres. I get Fonte as little brother, so I got rap that I love, and I get Fonte as foreign exchange, so I got my R&B chill music. So I'm going Fonte as an artist. Everything he's done, I'm a huge fan of. Um, and then okay, Mia, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Gotta love it. Gotta
They're
love
coming
it.
out with a new song tomorrow with Lucky Day. I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of
Huh?
R&B, yeah.
Put me on. Put me on. Everybody, make sure y'all check out the new Earth, Wind, and Fire dropping tomorrow. You heard it here first from Nate. Um,
Or Friday. Today's Wednesday. Friday, not tomorrow. Friday.
got you. And album, I'm not even gonna pick an album. There's there's too many albums. They're different modes, so I'm gonna just drop it on that. Folks, I'm super glad y'all got to meet my man Nate. Nate, I am super proud of you. I'm loving
Thank
everything that you've done as being a brother that was working in ticket sales. You know, there wasn't a lot of us, so I took an extra investment in wanting y'all to succeed and to see where you've gone, bro. It is inspiring even to a old sales guy like me. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep making them
appreciate it.
deals. All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just keep being great. But folks, make sure you follow and share the show even after we're live. Of course, if you need to hit me up, zjames at rebelhillconsulting.com. I love to talk about anything business. And of course, if you want to create a show like this, holler at me and I'll help you make it. And I'm going to give it to my man, Nate, to take it away.
Thanks, Zach. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Appreciate everybody who's going to listen to this. If you want to learn more about me, you can go follow me on Instagram at nate.hemingway. If you want to learn more about Think 450, go to think450.com. And that's that. See you guys.